You know that feeling, right? After a ridiculously hot day, all you want is for the sun to go down so you can finally get some cool air, some relief. But what if that relief just never comes? What if the night stays just as sweltering as the day? Well, that very question is taking us somewhere you would absolutely never expect. We're not talking about a tropical island. We're going to eastern Siberia, home to Lake Baikal, the deepest and oldest lake on the entire planet. We're here to look at a truly surprising phenomenon that's unfolding right now. Okay, so to really get what's going on at Baikal, we've got to make sure we're on the same page with two key ideas. They're at the very heart of this whole thing. First up, we have something called a tropical night. Now, this isn't just a warm evening, it's a specific scientific measurement. It means the temperature, all night long, never ever drops below 20 degrees Celsius or 68 Fahrenheit. It's that sticky, oppressive heat that makes it so hard for our bodies to cool down and recover. And these sticky nights, they almost always follow what's called a hot day. Pretty simple, right? It's just a day where the temperature hits at least 25 Celsius or 77 Fahrenheit. Now, when you string a hot day and a tropical night together, that's when you get into dangerous territory with prolonged heat stress. So why is this such a big deal? Well, this kind of relentless heat puts incredible stress on the human body, leading to some really serious health risks. Plus, everyone cranks up the AC, which puts a massive strain on the power grid. It can even lead to more accidents on the road. And it goes way beyond us. It has huge impacts on fragile ecosystems and on local economies that depend on tourism. Now, let's be honest. If I say tropical nights, your mind probably goes to a beach somewhere near the equator, right? But this whole phenomenon is taking hold in a place that is famous for the exact opposite of tropical heat. Welcome to the Lake Baikal region in eastern Siberia. This place is a land of extremes. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site for a reason. The wildlife is unique, the landscapes are just breathtaking, and it's all defined by what's called a sharply continental climate. And this right here is the crucial point, the insane contrast. On the left, that's the Baikal everyone knows and expects. We're talking winters that plunge to minus 30 Celsius, and summers that are usually pretty cool and mild. But on the right, that's the new reality. Tropical nights and hot days are now part of the picture. And this shift, it wasn't some slow, gradual thing. The data shows a really clear, really dramatic turning point around one specific year, 1990. Just look at these numbers from the Ulan-Ude weather station. It tells the whole story. In the decades before 1990, they saw on average less than one tropical night a year. Basically, it never happened. Now look at the period after 1990. That number jumps by almost 4 times, and the average number of hot days, it nearly doubled. And if you're a visual person, this chart just makes it impossible to ignore. You can see the average number of these heat events before 1990 compared to after. This isn't a subtle change. It's a massive leap. It's a clear signal that something fundamental has shifted in the climate there. So, when is all this heat actually hitting? The answer is July. Overwhelmingly, July. This chart shows that a whopping 57%, more than half, of all tropical nights and hot days are crammed into that one single month. July has become the absolute epicenter of this new heat reality for the region. So the big question is, what's driving this crazy change? Well, it turns out it's a mix of huge global patterns and some very unique local factors. The backdrop to all of this is the incredible rate of warming. The Lake Baikal region is heating up at a rate of 0.41 degrees Celsius per decade. Now, to put that in perspective for you, that is more than double the global average. This area is warming up way, way faster than most of the planet. So the mechanics behind it all really boil down to 3 main drivers. First, you've got the overall global warming trend, which is raising the baseline temperature everywhere. Second, that's being amplified by big changes in air circulation patterns. And third, and this is key, those changes are allowing huge masses of warm, dry air from Central Asia to push their way north into Siberia much more frequently. Now, what's really fascinating is how the massive lake itself shapes all of this. Inland areas, away from the water, get absolutely hammered with hot days. But right along the coast, that immense, cold lake acts like a natural air conditioner, so they get fewer of them. But, and this is the really weird part, even the lake can't stop the warm nights. Tropical nights are happening both inland and along the coast. Okay, so when we put all of these pieces together, what does it tell us?
It paints a stark picture of a world-famous natural wonder that is facing an entirely new climate.
This quote really just gets right to the point. The Baikal region is experiencing climate warming. And these extreme events, like tropical nights and hot days, they aren't just flukes. They are the clear, tangible indicators of that warming.
So here's the bottom line. This isn't just an abstract scientific finding. This is about a real, globally important place. This shift has massive consequences for Baikal's unbelievably unique ecosystems, for the communities that call it home, and for the whole economy that relies on its natural beauty.
You know, the story of tropical nights in Siberia is a powerful case study. It proves that even the places we think of as being permanently cold are not safe from extreme heat. And it leaves us with a really provocative question. If tropical nights can become common in Siberia, what other impossible climate scenarios are just waiting to become our new reality?